Okay, I'm back. So this is the other one. Now, in this, they include changes about a pregnancy or changes after pregnancy loss, which is important to read, I think, because it just lets you know, like, you know, basically, what your body's going to be going through. And they give you some other sources about when your baby dies, and books, videos, and stuff on the internet. Also, they give you another. I don't have the sheet in here because I used it. There's like another. My hospital gave me a yellow sheet that has different resources you can reach out to, like to help you, like a therapist or a counseling group or support groups and stuff. Um, so yeah, which like I said, I took advantage of that. Then I got two pictures. This, I think, besides the picture on my phone, this is the first time I'm showing a picture of Emmanuel. And this is my boo boo, my baby. He saved my life, and I'll let you guys know what I mean when I finish this here. What's in this folder? So that's my baby, and this is his feet. Little bitty chunky feet. The nurse took a picture of his feet because we were looking at studying him. I mean, from head to toe, we studied him, especially me. And I was like, I couldn't believe how much he looked like his dad. Like, the way his eyes are, his face shape, which I think is adorable. My husband is so gorgeous to me. And he had his little cheeks and cheekbone. I mean, fingers, everything. Even his feet. Like, he didn't have nothing but a nose and some ears for me. Okay? So, she was like, I was so shocked, I'm like, gosh, even down to his feet, blah, blah, blah. And, yeah. So, she took a picture of his feet for me, which I thought was nice, but I probably would have preferred some more pictures of him. But, hey, that's okay. I'm just grateful that she can't talk. Grateful that she took the pictures, period, Then I got, let's see. Then I have this, which says his name, Emmanuel Kofi Kill. The date was September 3rd, 2010. He was born at 11:24 p.m. He weighed 13.6 ounces and he was 10 inches. Which, surprisingly enough, when you read those baby books, they tell you, like, oh, your little one will be about, this many ounces. And I'm like, oh no. This, I feel like the process is just slowing down. Like, I want my baby to be a pound, keep it going. But, yeah, they really are what they say they are sometimes. And then this is his footprints. And then I got my phone's just going. Then I got another one. I got another little birth certificate, not official one though. I don't know if you guys can see it, but either way, it just says the same thing as a little bitty one. And who the nurse was, the two nurses and the doctor, which the doctor was amazing, and he's the one I've been seeing this whole time as far as, like, my postpartum care and everything. And so I had my last visit with him until I get pregnant again, basically is what he said. So, yeah, so that's that. And then I got this, which just says my name, the date and the time, and it says boy. It says boy right there. And I have two of those. So, thought that was nice. And let's see, we got other, oh, I didn't know they had this in here. There's for grieving fathers. I didn't know that, so I need to show my husband. But yeah, so I got stuff for the grandparents, and I also have a little. I haven't took this off yet, so I'm gonna take it off for you guys because I never opened it. I know there's a little ring in there, and it forget what it. Oh no, I forget um what it's supposed to symbolize because I don't know. It's in one of my books that I had that I was reading. So it says a special memory, and it's a little ring. Okay. I'm gonna put this back in here now. Put everything back how I had it. But yeah, so you know, going through it was hard. I mean, it still is hard, but it's not. It's pretty much everything that you could imagine it being if you haven't lost a child. It's I've always like when I was pregnant, I had saw another girl on YouTube that had lost her child prematurely, and I'm like, I remember I was cleaning or doing something, and I was like, if that ever happened to me, I don't know what I'd do. I would really have a breakdown, and it happened to me, and I did go through some tough times, some tough days, and emotional days, but I made it. I'm a testimony that life can continue. Oh, and also I got this bracelet that I wear. It says peace. Sorry, I didn't mean to cut my own self off, but it says peace. And I got a teddy bear. If you ignore the room, I'll show you this on the dresser over there. So, yep, it's the one that was next to the closet door. And when I first had him after I came home, and when I realized that I could wear this bracelet in remembrance of him, I was sleeping. The teddy bear would sleep in the bed with me and my husband, believe it or not, and I think it was soothing in the fact that what it represented, and it could be borderline doing too much, or not doing too much, but to where it's like you put too much attachment into this teddy bear. So to where it's like not healthy, but it wasn't for that way for me. But so yeah, I but yeah, so it's hard to go through, but you have to set time aside to let for you to grieve, and you have to if you feel like crying, cry. Don't be ashamed to not to cry, even if it's like it's been almost 2 months. It'll be 2 months and 2 days, and I still have my moments, and I sometimes I like, oh, if I had a good day, I would consider that not crying, but it feels good to let it out. It does. Sometimes you just gotta drop those tears, just to just to get it all out. And also, like, whatever your faith base is, or whoever your support group is, rely on them. I know some people, like family members or whatnot, you don't want to like sometimes you feel like, oh, everybody's going to be like, oh, she's still talking about it, she should get over it, blah blah blah. And some people are like that, but if you don't feel comfortable talking to your family members, like, reach out for support groups, for a grief counselor, or even a therapist, anything to help you express your grief the way you want to. To me, expressing my grief was like to be able to talk about him, to give him a nickname, and talk about him, and talk about what my anxiety, my fears were, how I felt in relation to him passing, and it helped to get it out there. My husband, on the other hand, men are different, and grieve differently than women sometimes, and my husband chooses not to talk about it too much because he's associate that remembrance with you know, all the emotions, so he doesn't want to go through that emotion. But he, you know, but he loves Emmanuel, and you know, wishes he were here more than anything. But you know, he just, his way of grieving is kind of like push it to the back, to the back of his mind, to so that, and you know, just try to keep on less as if, you know, it, I want to say as if it didn't happen, but you know, it did. And but yeah, he still talks about it, but it's not as often as I do. um and let's see. Oh, and also for parents, or not parents, but for family members, like the biggest thing, my biggest thing was, you know, just be there for me, let me talk it out. You know, if I gotta cry, hold me, hug me. Well, I'm not a touchy feely type person, but to my husband I am, and it's like, you know, just hold me, just, you know, listen to me, don't cut me off, don't tell me, you know, don't cry, you know, just let me grieve the way I feel. You know, if I want to talk it out or express how I feel that it's unfair or whatever, just let me do that. And I think when people try to, you know, give you advice of how to get over it, or how to move on and whatnot, that's not helpful, because it's like you'll never forget. I mean, you'll get to the point where you're saddened, but you know, it's all, you know, you're okay with it, you've accepted it. And it's, you know, that's something you'll never forget. I've had somebody tell me to, oh, just forget about it. Excuse me, I've carried my child for 5 months, and believe it or not, I felt him move, and I put a name with a face, and I met, you know, even though he wasn't alive, I still saw what was growing inside of me. How dare you tell me to forget my son? You know what I mean? And it's like, people, I don't know, some, they mean it all in good to help you, to make you feel better, but at the same time, it sometimes it don't. So it's just better not to say anything. Just, you know, some of the condolences, like, oh, you know, I'm so sorry, and you know, give me a hug, I'll be there for you, you know what I mean, if you need anything, you know, those type of things. Okay, fine, but don't tell me to forget about my child. Don't tell me that, oh, I could have more children, because that's true, but that'll never ever bring back Emmanuel, and that'll never replace Emmanuel. And you know, that's a big thing. Like, don't try to rush into getting pregnant again, because it's, you have to be able to deal with what you're going through now. And if you feel like you're ready, you know, in a few months or whatever, then that's your decision to make. Actually, whatever you decide is that's your decision to make. But give yourself time to work out how you feel. Give yourself time to, you know, just learn how to cope, because you know, it's not healthy for you to have a pregnancy, or for you to be pregnant and still grieve another child, only because, you know, your emotions affect the baby that's growing inside of you. And that, it took me a while to come to terms with my with having another child, or trying again, everything. So I'm at 14 minutes. I don't know if I've been helpful or not, but just, I don't know. It's, I feel like when people miscarry, it's silent, because it's a different type of grief, and it's, you know, it's a painful grief. You don't, that's something you want to talk about, you know, day in, day out. It's not like, you know, oh, well, grandfather used to do this or whatever, but you know, this is a baby that only you, the mother, and if, you know, the father had that experience, only you, the mother, can really attest to how this child was, you know, when he was active inside of you, or even, you know, how you felt or whatever. So, so yeah, that's how, that's, but yeah, that's, I don't know. I'm finished. I'm at 15 minutes, but I'm glad for myself that I was able to tell you guys all this without getting emotional, because what I wanted to say was really important to me. So hopefully you guys, I helped somehow, somebody, somewhere. But thanks for watching and subscribing, and I will do another video about my doctor update. Alright, bye.